have to say, Imam Shane is nervous to be with us this morning. I'm excited because the opportunity to introduce someone who is so near and dear to my heart was an unexpected surprise. Imam Shane Atkinson started here at Elon University as the Associate Chaplain for Muslim Life in the fall of 2016. Happily, we began together, and our friendship goes all the way back to then. In that time, he has become a bit of a viral success as the centerpiece of a PBS documentary entitled Redneck Muslim. He has taught himself the craft of wood turning and has made dozens, if not more, prayer beads for his fellow Muslim spiritual prayers. He has put himself through a Master's of Divinity program and begun a doctorate of ministry, all in that time. There is no one who I can think of that is more wise, soft-spoken, gentle, kind, compassionate. There is no one that I know who is a better listener. When my life is falling apart, it's Imam Shane's door that I knock on. I am elated to be able to introduce to you this morning one of my dearest friends, Imam Shane Atkinson.
The check's in the mail, Peter. I thought that was so powerful, what Julie did. Maybe we should just sit in silence forget the song and the speech. Maybe just sit in silence for 15, 20 minutes. So I've never sang this to people that aren't, around people that aren't Muslim. So let me just translate a few things. The choruses are in Arabic, and it's called salawat. So it's asking God to send prayers and peace on Muhammad. And the final chorus is the testimony of faith, that there's nothing we should worship other than the Creator, and that Muhammad was an apostle of that Creator. And then the third verse, it's referencing light, a bridge, pool, things like this. These images, they're evoking paradise. And it mentions the friend. It's a very Sufi type of way to speak about the Creator. So, good Lord, you sent him to guide us along. Begging you to bless him, we sing our songs. To break through the clouds, you sent a light to be the perfect beacon and guide us to right. If I never get to see your face, your footsteps I will still retrace. If I stumble, I'll stand and try to take flight. Drawn like a moth to your prophet's light. Drawn like a moth to your prophet's light. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Folks don't know themselves and think they know me, but my heart holds a secret eyes cannot see. Any beauty in my action, any beauty in my speech is modeled on your mercy for the world, my ego at his feet. If I never get to see your face, your footsteps I will still retrace. If I stumble, I'll stand and try to take flight. Drawn like a moth to your prophet's light. Drawn like a moth to your prophet's light. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Good Lord, guide us through these tears and pain, so when we look back on life, it's not in vain. Let us go like lightning over that bridge, on to the garden where forever we'll live, and we'll finally get to see his face. And a sweet drink from his pool we'll taste, and we'll never feel alone again. Held like a babe in the love of the friend, held like a babe in the love of the friend. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. So the meaningful relationships that matter. So my relationships with the Creator and the Prophet Muhammad, these are really central to my life. And I wrote the song that I just shared to try to express gratitude to this, what I perceive as a living presence that created the universe. And through the life of Muhammad, taught me how to navigate the ups and downs of life. And this relationship with Muhammad is really engaged on a daily basis. In the Quran, we read, with God's name, everlasting mercy, infinite compassion. For we sent you, O prophet, as none other than a mercy for all the people of the world. And as you know, I'm connected with the faith of Islam. Islam can mean, linguistically, people say peace or submission, but it may very well, we could say that it means attaining inner peace through the submission of my will to the will of the Creator, being in harmony with this, because I'm not living in a flat universe that's devoid of spirit. Everything from the way I'm trying to cultivate an awareness, this is infused with spirit. So we have to tread lightly, we have to respect each other, we have to love each other, because we're really, everything is connected in a way that we don't always perceive. So linguistically, Islam is peace, but really theologically, it's very much the religion of mercy. And mercy, I'm sharing all this because mercy is really the key ingredient in the relationships that really are meaningful to me. There's another saying of Muhammad where God is speaking through Muhammad: be merciful to those on earth, and the one in the heavens will have mercy on you. So reflecting on mercy, or the word is rahmah in Islam, I'm reminded all the verses in the Quran, all the chapters of the Quran except for one, start with God's name, everlasting mercy, infinite compassion. And rahmah, the word for mercy, and raham, the word for womb, they're connected. They're from the same triliteral root, right, Boaz? Rahamim. So thinking on mercy, I see that the worldview is articulated through the language. That mercy, it's a space. It's a loving space that expands. It tries to accommodate. It protects. It nourishes, like the womb. So in extending mercy, we create a space for people to speak their truths and their hopes and their fears. So we know that being open, being merciful, and listening is beautiful. We intuitively know that. I think across time, across cultures, we recognize that. So why is it so hard to do that? There's a figure, Mullah Nasruddin, that's throughout the East, and he's kind of the holy fool. But Nasruddin, one day, he was looking in his front yard, so his neighbor came and he helped him. He said, what's going on? He said, I lost my keys. So they're searching in the front yard for about 30 minutes, and the neighbor says, exactly where did you lose your keys? He said, in the backyard. He said, why are we looking in the front yard? He said, well, there's more light in the front yard. It's easier to see in the front yard. So there's not commentaries on these stories, but one thing for me, it names that we often go where it's easy for us emotionally sometimes, even if deep down we know it's not beneficial for us. So sometimes instead of dealing with a difficult situation head on, we may take an easier route, deny the problem, or try to run away from the situation. So as I think about the relationships with my family and my friends and the faculty, staffs, and students at Elon, I see that the meaningful relationships mirror qualities and attributes that belong to the Creator. Maintaining meaningful relationships and supporting each other during trying times like these times, like the rest of the time we're going to be on this planet. There's going to be something going on. And I really feel like it's been taught by one of my mentors, Reverend Kirsten Boswell, that we're not just, as chaplains, we're not just reactive, we're proactive too. So I'm reflecting on this, what are some things we can do to build and maintain these relationships that have so much meaning on this campus? In our theology, we think about the Creator, the first part of theology. The Creator is. So by us just showing up and being present, that can be huge for each other. To sit with each other through and witness and be there for people as they share the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that can be hard for us because it's really hard to see people suffer. We may want to cheer people up. We may want to change the subject, but that's what we need. That may not be what the other person needs. So just to simply just show up for each other could mean a lot. Another attribute in the Islamic theology of the Creator is that the Creator is the all-hearing. So for us, it can take a lot of effort to hear another person. But it's more than just listening to the words coming out of people's mouth. We better know how to help and serve if we can try to feel where the person is coming from. And part of why this is hard is because many of us are starved for attention ourselves. So instead of listening with the intention of understanding, we may be listening with the intention of replying. When are they going to stop talking so I can get a chance to speak and be the center of attention? So just this being on our radar, being aware of our neediness for attention and trying to put that to the side temporarily is very helpful in hearing and being there for other people. And then also, the Creator's the all-seeing. It knows what we're going through at all times. So when we're trying to build relationships with people and it's a struggle, and we try to cheer them up, or we try to move away from the difficult thing that's happening, we're not really allowing ourselves to see each other. So to name that there's struggle happening, as Reverend Julie did before we started, or that it looks like someone's having a rough time, that can really help us to feel like someone understands us, that we're not alone in our time of need. So, and after all that, I want your thoughts and prayers too. You know, if you're there for me, we're in a relationship. I appreciate these skills, this listening to me, not judging me, but I need all the thoughts and prayers that I can get. You know, so to close, I just shared this last Friday in the sermon, in the Friday prayer, but there's a story of a sage that goes and visits a sick person. And they sit at their bedside, they listen to them, they ask them how they're doing, they let the person get everything off their chest, and they have a conversation. And then they pray for the person. And as they're leaving, one of the family members gets irate, and they're saying, This is just words, like the prayers and your thoughts and prayers. That's empty words. That's offensive, you know. So the sage says, well, I wouldn't expect you to understand that because obviously you're an ignorant donkey. And the person didn't like that. Their face turned red, their blood pressure went up. They started sweating, they became angry. And so the sage said, you know, if just a couple of words can raise your blood pressure and make you turn red and make you sweat and make you angry, what about a few encouraging words, beautiful words? So I want all your thoughts, prayers, good vibes, positive affirmations. I'll take all of it. Thank y'all so much for listening. Okay. I got one more for y'all. Father Peter and I were talking about this. This really, it sounds like something from the New Testament, and it sounds like something from the oral tradition in Islam, but it's very paraphrased. So, O child of Adam, I was sick and all alone, and you ventured not to try and comfort me. O my Lord, I am just a child of man. You're the Lord of sea and land. How could I go and comfort thee? O child of Adam, see the poor ones all around. Due to pain, they are shedding tears. Had you sat with them a while, had you lent just a smile, surely you would have found me there. O child of Adam, I was hungry without food, and you offered not a crumb to me. O my Lord, I am just a child of man. You're the Lord of sea and land. How could I go and feed thee? O child of Adam, see the poor ones all around. Due to famine, they are bones and skin. Had you gave them food to eat, been it bread or been it meat, surely you. I thought I was going to get further into this. Surely you would have found me there. O child of Adam, I was parched by my thirst, and you spared not a drop for me. O my Lord, I'm just a child of man. You're the Lord of sea and land. How could I go and quench thee? O child of Adam, see the poor ones all around. Due to thirst, they're frail and weak. Had you stopped a while to think, had you offered them a drink, surely you would have found me there. O child of Adam, I'm just as you think. Keep up hope and don't despair. Though trials you may face, know I am the Lord of grace. In your sorrow, you'll find me there. Surely you will find me there. Thank y'all.